that down. Let's go on to this, shall we? Remember the Lego movie? Chris Pratt and doing the voice. It was so good. I could not believe. I thought it was such a dumb idea to do it. Like, you're going to make a movie about plastic building blocks. Fell in love with it. Then they did the Lego Batman movie, which might have been even better. The problem was nobody went to go see it. Like, it should have made like $800 million. It made like $300 million. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, the Lego Batman movie was great. Then they did a Ninjago feature film, and that made even less. And then they did Lego Movie 2, which wasn't as good and didn't do as well. So the Lego kind of on the big screen stuff kind of went away. We just had Piece by Piece in theaters right now, kind of trying to revitalize the whole Lego thing. Well, a really interesting piece of news came across the wire. Apparently they're looking at doing 3 Lego movies. Okay, that's what's weird about that. No, they're thinking about doing 3 live action Lego movies. And they're getting some pretty heavyweight talent behind it. This comes to us from Deadline to write, Jake Kasdan, Patty Jenkins, and Joe Cornish are set to helm the live action Lego movies for Universal. Let me read this a little bit in depth here because it's interesting. The Lego Group, under its deal with Universal Pictures, is making 3 live action movies with directors Jake Kasdan, Patty Jenkins, and Attack the Block filmmaker Joe Cornish. The plots of all yet untitled 3 movies are under wraps. Jill Wilford, Ryan Christians from the Lego Group are producing all 3 projects. Universal's Executive Vice President of Production and Development, Matt Riley, and Director of Production Development, Jacqueline Garrell, will oversee the projects for the studios. Kasdan is directing off of a script by Andrew Mogul and Jared Paul, The D Train and the Grinder, based on an original idea from the makers of The Pickup and the Animal Friends. Kasdan will produce with Mel Maher through his production company, Detective Agency. The director of the $1.76 billion grossing Jumanji movies and Amazon MGM Studios' upcoming Red One. I won't pass judgment on him for that because I haven't seen Red One yet. And so on and so forth. Then they go on and talk about how Patty Jenkins' Lego project is from a script that she wrote with former DC Entertainment president Jeff Johns. Jenkins is producing via her Wickus Pictures, and on so on. And Cornish's toy brick movie, he is rewriting from a draft by Heather Ann Campbell of Rick and Morty and One Punch Man.
Yeah.
So, okay, I have thoughts. They're unrefined, but I'm just going to give them to you because I just found out about this morning. I have several questions. One, how does one do a live action Lego movie?
That's what I was wondering too.
Now, is this going to be likened into a situation like, say, Sonic? Where it's live action, but Sonic himself will be CGI. You're going to have CGI Lego characters in a real world environment with real world live actors.
Or real life, or like...
Or are they going to be wearing costumes? Is it going to be practical Lego costumes? Probably
Or is
not.
it like Minecraft live action in a generated world?
Oh.
Yeah, like maybe. But, one thing Jonathan mentioned beforehand, a thought that I'm sure a lot of people has, like, maybe they just accidentally said live action. It's like, no, because it's in the title, but then
They
you read the
repeated
article.
it.
They
Yeah.
specifically go out of the way to say this is going to be live action. Like, okay. All right. Now, I like the filmmakers involved. I really like Jake Kasdan. I mean, Wonder Woman 84 aside, I really like what Patty Jenkins has done so far. And I really like Attack the Block.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm on board with the filmmakers. That's all fine. So my first question is live action Lego, but here's my second question and maybe the more important one. Remember when Universal announced a big cinematic universe before the first movie even came out? Remember that? They were doing their dark universe that started with The Mummy, but they had already announced like 5 other movies. And even without them standing in front of a filming camera at once, they did photo shoots with Johnny Depp and Russell Crowe and Javier Bardem. And
some of us took meetings with Universal about that dark universe
That
for
didn't
it to
turn
come
into
to no
anything?
fruition whatsoever.
well, just as well, because the movies didn't happen.
No.
So remember last time Universal did that? It's like, oh, hey, Universal, remember how much you brutally embarrassed yourself when you try to announce this series of films before you even had the first one come out. And then you did put out the first one. And listen, I don't care how much people disagree with me. I don't think Tom Cruise's The Mummy was as bad as it's made out to be. I didn't think it was particularly good. Don't misquote me. But I don't think it was as bad as some people made it out to be. I thought it had some upside, regardless. The film failed. And the whole dark universe, like a fart in the wind, gone, disappeared. So
That's what you think.
why not just announce we're doing a live action Lego movie?
Now 3.
Not 3.
Yeah.
Why not just announce, hey, we got Jake Kasdan doing there's something interesting, something new, something different. We're going to try the live action. And then very quietly, keep the other ones under wraps, and then just wait and see how the first one does. Does it turn out to be any good? Does the audience like it? Do they come out to see it? Does it fall in its face? Does it make you a fortune? Does it lose you all your money? I mean, why not do that? Like, why have they not learned their lesson here? And listen, if this was a Lord of the Rings kind of situation, where it's like you're launching Lord of the Rings, everybody knows there's 3 books, everybody knows there's going to be 3 movies. That's one thing. But you're starting something from scratch here. I don't understand the mentality because, guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, The Perfect Jean. Look, you guys know I've been talking about The Perfect Jean for a while now. I absolutely love these. They fit like a dream, they look fantastic, and they are so comfortable, you forget you're even wearing pants. We all love jeans, but look, we all also know they can be a little bit uncomfortable for the boys, but not with The Perfect Jean. These jeans fit like they were custom made, stretch like you wouldn't believe, and they look absolutely fantastic. The Perfect Jean also has a seriously massive range of sizes, everything from 26 to 50 and lengths of 26 to 38. These have become my absolute go-to jeans whenever I'm hanging around the house or even going out for the day. And listen, the Perfect Jean isn't even just pants. They've revolutionized t-shirts as well. The Perfect Tee has just enough stretch to hide that beer belly while accentuating your arms and chest for that flawless look. My guys, it's finally time to stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans by going to theperfectjean.nyc. Our listeners get 15% off your first order, plus free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges when you use the code CAMPEA at checkout. That's 15% off for new customers at theperfectjean.nyc with the promo code Campea. And after you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support the John Campea Show and tell them we sent you. F your khakis and get the Perfect Jean. Chris, if this first one they do is great, fine. Everything works out fine. Yeah. But I feel like they're just demonstrating that they have not learned from their mistakes, that they are just setting themselves up to be embarrassed here. So I don't understand the idea of a live action Lego movie, but that's fine. They haven't shown us anything. Maybe once they do, we'll get it. But the whole notion of announcing 3 movies with these directors and these writers, and I don't get the wisdom behind this. Anyway, you hear this story. What do you think about it?
It was very confusing to read this article of just, Lego movies. Wait, live action movies. Wait, what? Oh, wait, with these directors?
And there's 3 of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Joe Cornish is honestly the one I'm most excited about. 1, because I love Attack the Block. And 2, he was a writer on Tintin, which I love so much. Supposedly we're getting an Attack the Block too. I'm hoping that still happens. But I am a little dumbfounded by the idea of a 3-order Lego live action. I really enjoy the Lego movies. I particularly love Lego Batman. I think Will Arnett kills it in that role, and I'm so sad that we haven't had more of that kind of stuff. Hopefully this is a good idea. Hopefully these are well executed. But I'm not going to hold my breath, is where I'm at right now.
Yeah, Universal doesn't want
They actually have a shot right here. The early.
That's it. Our first shot, our first on-set picture of the live-action Lego movie.
That's Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
It's called 3 Lego Problem.
Lego Problem? Oh,
hey, that's good.
That's so good.
Thank you.
Well done.
You guys can have that.
Thanks. 3 Lego Problem.
Take it to your friends. Make some more.
I do want to address something that somebody brought up in the live chat. Heston Roberts is saying, what's the difference between them announcing 3 films and DC announcing even more? It's like I just said. It's one thing if like they were to come out right now and announce a Lord of the Rings thing. Well, everybody knows Lord of the Rings, and they know there's 3 chapters to that. And they know they're clearly going to be planning to doing all of them. When you're launching a cinematic universe like DC, which you already have loads of, foundation, you have loads, like everybody knows if you're making a Superman movie, you're going to be making a Batman movie. Like everybody knows this. And then everybody knows that DC is not going to make one movie, and then if the first movie flops, and then they're not going to make any more. No, they are going to build a cinematic universe because it's DC. Everybody knows it. There's already groundwork. It's a completely different thing than we're going to do this totally new thing. Because when you do a Mummy movie, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do a Dracula movie.
Right.
No.
It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do a Frankenstein movie. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do a Wolfman movie. It doesn't necessarily mean, not at all. They're individual properties.
I don't even know, based on this article, if these three are even tied together.
No,
honestly.
my guess is they're not.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know because the article doesn't give too many details on that. But yeah, it is a fundamentally different thing doing that with, say, something brand new that we don't even know if this concept is going to work. DC understands that superhero movies can work. Right? Like that's stuff. We have no idea if this live action Lego concept is going to work. Like none. And it's not like a Lord of the Rings, which has generations of pre-existing fans that you can at least have as a starting point. This, no idea. What we do know is that it's based on Legos, which, despite the success of the first Lego movie, has not had great success on the screen since. Again, Lego Batman movie was awesome, but nobody went to go see it. And then Ninjago did the same thing, and then Piece by Piece isn't exactly blowing up the box office. So, I think there's a lot of question marks surrounding that. Compare that with a situation like a Lord of the Rings or a DC universe or a Marvel universe. It's a completely different ball game. So completely different scenarios that you can't compare. So I don't know. It's very, again, and I say this conflicted because I like the filmmakers all involved. I think a Lego thing can be interesting. I just have no idea if this concept is going to work.
It's weird.
And for them to start spending money and signing names and making announcements of multiple films in a franchise, when as of right now, they don't even know if the concept is going to work. They don't even know if the concept is going to work. Mm-hmm. I find to be a little bit premature. And the fact that this is coming from Universal that already made this mistake with their Dark Universe, I found rather confusing. Anyway, guys, maybe it'll be awesome. I hope that it is. What do you guys think about this? Are you excited for the idea? Does the idea of a live action Lego movie fascinate you? How do you think the approach is going to be handled? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.